of me, the was up her build up the my bully boy. Soon may the man from the bring of sugar and tea and rum. One day when the president man will take a leave and soon may the man from the
Oh, what's up, all you beautiful, amazing people, and Grim
And Brandon.
and Brandon. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. What's up, everybody? We can't thank you enough for being here. This is the Beard Laws Podcast, episode 133. Can you believe it? 133 times that people like Ken and Zachary and Grim and Nick
Zachary.
and Elo. I know ever since I hung out with Beard Gang, who is a ZACK. He's always just like, no, those aren't Zachs, those are Zatches. And now I just say that because it's not even their fault, you know what I mean? That they didn't name themselves unless you spent the money to redo your, your name and your birth certificate and stuff. But you guys should wait till you see the Bell's custom woodwork. And he put a comment in here, said the picks are going to ship tomorrow. They are money, and when we get them in, we will show them. And what's up, Nita? Thank you for the articles. Thank you, Joe, for the articles as well. We got some good stuff lined up. Toby was here, and unfortunately, his internet took a dump.
He was jealous of my mustache and he took off. So there you go.
Yeah, I know. If you guys haven't noticed, I know that I have been. Brandon has really been stepping up the mustache game, and he's going to get some more food in there. So that's why I'm going to have to send him a mustache mate because it's definitely a must. And if you guys, sure.
You know what, Matt? You don't remember this. You did send me a mustache mate. It's at my job, on my desk at work, and you sent me a nice little note, and I have it right next to it with your picture.
Aww. And a little, of course, I remember.
And a little vial of blood.
Oh yeah. No, that you can't send that in the mail. It was Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
But episode 133. Logan, he is on vacation, drinking beer with Squeak. Apparently, they were on the beach, apparently drinking beer early in the morning. So I don't know if Squeak had to put Logan to bed or Logan had to put Squeak to bed. But either way, I'm sure they're in bed together and potentially peeing or pooping the bed and probably blaming it on the. Rocking the Beard Law shirt today. Tagged me on. I got to check that out. I haven't been on the IG as much. It was a busy day at work, and after work was even crazier. So I appreciate that. Hopefully it does too. I'm excited to try it. I love a good pick in this. Even my studio pick, it needs to be replaced. This was one that I think I found. It's just a cheap plastic one. Not a huge fan of it, but there is a good looking dude. Kind of looks like Clark Kent a little bit, I'd say, backstage, but definitely sexier. And he Logan? Is the 6 to my 9, the yin to my yang. It's Toby.
All right.
I reboot the router. We're good for at least another 4 minutes.
Nice. Well, 4 minutes at a time. That's how I made a living through my 20s. But anyways, we were just hanging out, having a good time, talking about it's episode 133. Apparently, some kindergarten snack time went really wrong. A mom, of course, we're going to talk about how a mom makes money in a very interesting way. And also, we got some the news that was sent over by Joe. And even Joe said, I can't believe how dumb people truly are. So it is a doozy.
This ought to be good.
Yeah, and anybody that is from Florida and obviously UK news, we don't think the articles are about you specifically. There's just a lot of interesting things that apparently happen in the UK, Florida, and we have a ring cam video. So again, make sure you go to ring.com/beardlaws. It's not going to work, but make sure you check it out after the show or click all the cool links. But I have a little bit of some breaking news. We hinted around, I think, last week or the week about a calendar. There was a calendar. We talked about it. The calendar's in. Can you guys see it? It's right there.
Word.
Oh, shit.
So it actually turned out way nicer than I thought. It's got a nice little metal hook. So I went with that like sexy black beard of the month
I love it.
2022.
I haven't even seen the inside. That looks great.
Yeah, and so I'm not gonna give everything away, but since it's April, I feel like we can reveal January, February, and March. Maybe, I don't know. So here's Mr. January, Logan. He made me change the picture up, so I felt a little bad. He's like, that was in a high school play. Blah. Well, that's on you for being a 40-year-old man in a high school play. But either way, this is legendary national placing goatee Andrew. So we appreciate Andrew. That's Mr. February, which Mr. March, though, I want everybody to just brace yourselves.
Hold on to your panties.
Yeah, if anybody gets a little moist or a little blood flow issues, that's on you. But Mr. March, everybody, Brandon J. McDermott.
Look at that sexy bastard.
Just a sexy son of a bitch. But either way,
that photo is 8 years old.
It is. It's 8 years old. You still look good, but we did there. I made it look like it's an older picture because I figured it was there. And then quick flash, April, boom.
Oh,
we got a lot of beard. So if you guys want to,
I want to say the picture I turned in is only like 8 months old. Like this just goes to show you how often I change up my facial hair like it's nobody's business.
That was a sneak peek. I'll show the rest. I'll show you guys backstage. But either way, if anybody would like one, it's the beard calendar, beard of the month. And so what I did is because I tend to be a nice guy. The shipping for people internationally was outrageous to come from the States. And then obviously the shipping, anywhere else. So I was able to find 2 companies. So that way, if you are, in the Europe, you can use the one that says like international in the description. And then if you're in the US or Canada, press that one. Cause my buddy Monty, which I think you guys met, he was like $28 for shipping. I can't afford that for a calendar. I was like, click the one that says US and Canada. And he goes, oh, yeah, that's much better. It was like $7. So I was able to get the price down. I think $13.99 for a calendar with around $7 shipping. So if you guys want them, cool. And the book's going to be coming in soon that I can't wait to show off as well. But that's all I got. That's good enough for self promos. But hopefully everybody's. How's your week, Ben, fellas?
It's been all right. Been a long week, very long week. Yep. I worked the last 15 days, so Saturday will be my first day off.
Oh,
wow.
That's everybody's working for the weekend. That song, that's definitely for you. You're working for this weekend.
I've got a story about Loverboy. I may have to share with you sometime.
Ooh, finally some fun for me.
Interesting.
Nice. And Toby, how's things with you? The week?
It's I still haven't heard back from workers' comp yet. As to just all they have to do is say yes, we're fine with him getting the surgery. That's all they got to do. It's been over a month now. Still waiting. No response. Called the surgeon again today. They still haven't heard back. They've sent 6 emails now over the past week and a half.
6. That's 5.
You know what the fuck I meant.
I was waiting for this.
Having
6.
Angels had a little bit of extra time off, so we've had a lot of fun doing some photo shoots and put our washer died, so when we replaced it, since we don't have the time to get out to the dump just yet, we laid it on its side out there with the goats, so the baby goats have a new toy to play with for a little while.
Is that the only thing you lay on its side out there by the goats?
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
He goes, okay. Shit.
Yeah. 100%. That's it.
100%.
100%. Nice. No, it's good. Good as always to be able to hang out and chat with you dudes. And like we mentioned a little bit earlier, Logan is probably drunk and cuddling with Squeak right now in Myrtle Beach. And speaking of Myrtle Beach, Zach's down there, and he's got to head back that nice long trip tomorrow. So safe travels to you and the fam. I'm sure that's going to be a lot of fun being in a car for like 16 hours with a couple of kids. So good luck with that. That's the best part of vacations is the stress of traveling back after them. But
absolutely.
Yeah, good for you. But either way, speaking of stressful situations, there was a kindergarten class that accidentally kind of messed up a snack time. Does anybody have any guesses how snack time was messed up? Pot brownies.
Okay. Kindergarten class accidentally messed up the snack time. Kid pissed on the graham crackers.
Ooh. That would be
Boiled milk.
ooh, that would
be sour.
Oh, 22 hours on the way down. I was close with. I mean, good luck with that one. So yeah, they classic kindergartners accidentally drank tequila during snack time at a Michigan school.
How is that accidental?
Oh, accidental.
How is that accidental?
Well, in a news article by insider.com, thank you, insider.com, for all your inside news. Go to insider.com/beardlaws. Kindergarten class, go ahead.
I think I may have typed that URL wrong. Insideher.com. Is that
Yes,
correct?
Insider.
Oh,
Insider. Yes.
I was wrong. Okay.
A guy, an older guy in a band that my buddy played with, he would always say, "Man, when you're playing too much guitar, the only way to really get it is to soak it in cider." And you'll be like, cider? Why does cider help out? And he's just like, think about it. And it took me a little while. And then the first time I was like, oh, every chance you get, you got to pass that joke on. So
that man is playing chess, not checkers.
Yes.
You aren't kidding. And he giggles like a little schoolgirl every time he would tell you that. But so a kindergarten class, which kindergarten, it's kind of a weird word to spell. When I kept typing it out, it's just kindergarten. I don't know. It's just fucking weird word. I don't know. Anyways. Class in Michigan accidentally consumed tequila during snack time, Fox 2 Detroit reported. One of the kids brought a bottle of ready-to-drink Jose Cuervo margaritas to Grand River Academy in her backpack, according to the news outlet. Several students drank it. One kindergartner felt woozy and a little dizzy after having 4 or 5 sips from a Dixie cup, a parent told Fox 2 Detroit. The kindergartners who drank the margaritas told their parents they thought it was juice, but the kindergartner who initially brought the drink in knew that it was actually alcoholic. So, I mean, what are they in kindergarten? 4 or 5, and they know that there's alcohol in
5 or 6.
Yeah, maybe 5 or 6.
Sociopath. That's what that is.
Yes, that's a lot of being around parents who drink a lot of alcohol. I would have to assume either that or I don't know. I guess I shouldn't assume anything, but yeah, I guess the kids just wanted to have some fun. But apparently the girl poured it in her cup and she drank it, and the girl ended up telling her what it is, and she went and told the teacher there's liquor in this cup, and the teacher gave her a funny face. In a statement, the school said faculty called poison control when they learned that the kids had been drinking margaritas. Yikes.
I look, as somebody who go ahead, Toby.
I mean, at least it's a nice smooth drink, you know? It wasn't like they were just taking pulls off the fucking old Grey Goose or anything.
I find it interesting as somebody like many of us. I mean, alcohol is so pervasive, and I don't mean that in a negative way, but it's just so accepted as a central part of our society. As somebody who grew up with alcoholics in my family, and both in my family currently too, but growing up with it in the household at that age, and waking up, going to sleep with my uncle and my 2 uncles who were starting a bender, waking up the next morning, going to school, and they were still going, coming home from school, they were still going to bed, they were still going, waking up the next day, they were still at it. It's kind of crazy to see that. But also, just a sidebar, how dangerous alcohol could be to kill somebody, especially a young child like this.
Yeah.
But yet we can't, and I'm not somebody who partakes in herbal refreshments, but I will say that it's just silly how at this point in 2022 on a national scale, we can't have the conversation about those herbal refreshments. But liquor, you go right down the road and you can buy as much as you want.
It's the deadliest drug known to man.
Yeah. No, it really is. And I mean, yeah, I guess there's just, the conversations like this parent said, they had to have a small conversation with their daughter. It was nothing big. It wasn't blown out of proportion. The daughter knew it was wrong, but she just insisted that the girl that brought it in knew there was alcohol in it and wanted to drink it. And yeah, I guess plant corn and get corn, right?
Yeah. You told us about that saying last week. I haven't used it yet, but
yeah. But either way, Grand River Academy, you are dealing with a problem that you just did not want to have to deal with. But I don't know. I'm glad none of the kids were sick. They felt a little woozy. I guess poison control made a quick trip.
Oh, you'd have to. I mean, with the size of their bodies, you give them fucking 4 ounces of alcohol. That's it, man.
Yeah.
I'm just a little curious how it just didn't get noticed when they're pouring the pre-mixed margaritas into Dixie cups. How did the kid get it open? Was it already open? Maybe I'm guessing.
Well, like somebody else had said in the comments, like teachers usually do that. Like, how did the teacher not smell it?
Yeah.
I mean, granted, if I was the teacher, it would make sense. I don't have a sense of smell, but that's not like a super common thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just, seems like a weird thing. And I know there's cultures that isn't there certain cultures in Europe that the kids can drink beer or like, I mean, not like get like
But
hammered,
not
but
in
it's like,
kindergarten.
No,
I don't know. Aren't they young? I thought there
They're
was one that was
pretty young. I think it's like 14 or 15.
I don't know what.
Now, am I the only one who, at that age, I would go up to my grandma, Grandma, can I have a sip of your beer? And she'd give me a little sip of her Budweiser. I mean, like, she isn't letting me drink the whole damn thing, but like, anybody? No, just me.
Well, no.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
they
it was
used
the
to-
same way. My kid come up and see like either the wife drinking a glass of wine or me drinking a beer. Like, I'm like, all right, here you go. Yeah. All right, that's what I thought. Get out of here.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't know what I assumed it wasn't 5, but I just know that in some places in Europe, I've always heard that there was a younger drinking age. I'm not going to Google it, but if anybody wants to, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
But
over in Europe, I think drinking age is the same age as consent in Alabama.
oh, so it's pretty small.
On the menu tonight, stuffed meatloaf, 50%.
Yeah.
At least it was that video, not another one, huh?
Oh, yeah. It's good thing that you closed that tab before. Yes, yeah. Look at Zach notices how you've upped this facial hair game. Looks
The mustache is looking fucking stellar, bro.
It is too.
Thank you. I took pointers from Matt and you also. It's tough when it's such an awkward middle stage of growing it out and not wanting to like even trim the outsides or underneath or anything, like letting it all grow out to one length.
Yep.
And
then trimming it a little bit as you go.
Yeah. I mean, only thing I've done is kind of like got it like this, and then on the ends, if there's like a little too much, I'll like one little stray one that's like way out to here. Yeah, I'm gonna trim that. But other than that,
it's looking good. No, yeah.
First time I've ever grown it out like this. So
hell yeah, and it won't be the last. Well, yeah. So yeah, just real quick too, we have a picker wheel. So if anybody, if you're here, you've seen this before, but if not, feel free to ask any questions that we're going to add in there. We're going to spin it as always. And last week we ended up spinning favorite random fact that that can easily be brought up in a casual conversation. So, or can't be brought up in a conversation. So we will discuss that in a little bit as we get to this next article. It's a UK article, and it's about a mom that makes money, lots of money, doing something. All right. And I feel like let's think outside the box on this one. All right. Because I think there's the obvious, but let's go ahead and think outside the box. What does she do?
say it over again.
What do you think? There is a mom who is makes this is 10,000 euro a month doing something. So I'm just saying, let's think outside the box. There's the obvious.
Outside the box. Okay, so we're taking a step above the waistline. All right.
Oh.
Yes. Oh,
$1,000, mother.
10,000.
You know what?
10,000.
I'm going to be nice. I'm going to say that she gives kids homework advice and or help and tutoring online.
Okay.
Strip tutoring. I'm going to say she breastfeeds full-grown adult men.
Ooh, that's thinking outside the box. So what is this woman's name? Antonia Graham, 25, from Northwest England, became a TikTok sensation in April, apparently last year. She posted a video revealing her stomach to the world. Her stomach. And you're thinking, oh yeah, she showed her stomach. Okay. She apparently has ditched the diets and learned to just accept her body. She was, one video kind of went viral, 7.6 million views. She kind of went after the trolls who were calling her fat and proudly declared she was actually morbidly obese. So she was kind of one of those women that, well, this is her. A lot of pictures like that. Okay. And then this is what she actually looks like. So apparently she just eats a lot of like junk food. And this was somewhere in the article.
That's not Photoshop. Scroll back up to the
Yeah,
last.
did that not? The very top one looked like it was completely photoshopped.
Yeah.
The face looked.
Yeah, but it's not though. She just knows how to do makeup.
Hey,
Like,
I'm going to tell y'all this. Like, hey, it may just be me. I like big girls. All right. Girls like, I am not sitting here. I'm a fat man, almost 400 pounds. There is a line between healthy and big, and I don't think I would want my wife or loved one to just like be doing mukbangs every night on YouTube and gorging themselves 10,000 calories a day. But that said, I like a big girl. I like a big girl with confidence. So you do your thing, mama.
I just like women that are confident in themselves regardless.
100%. 100%. I mean, this is a decent amount of food, but I think there was another article that I read off of this one or something that like she's kind of eating a lot more than she should because of the amount of money that she's making from this kind of content or whatever. But yeah, the stay-at-home mom, her dream job, earning thousands, eating McDonald's, KFC, Domino's on OnlyFans. So apparently she is also eating the food.
Yeah,
while
the only issue that you run into is now you're talking about, she's a mother and she's going to run into major health issues if she continues.
Yep. So just an interesting thing. Yeah, she eats around 3,000 calories in a meal, and definitely
holy shit.
I mean, if that's
I feel bad about eating 3K a day.
I don't eat 3K in a week.
3,000 a meal is absurd. And she charges 10 euros a minute for a custom video and only work Mondays and Fridays, but can skip if she wants. She has the luxury of that. She I only work as when I need money. I earn below 10,000 a month, where some people in the business earn over 30,000 a month. Apparently, it's a huge fetish community tucked away. That
honey, start eating. We're bumping up your OnlyFans. Jesus Christ!
You better be saving some of that 30K a month for health insurance costs.
Oh, that's just make money just from eating online. So that's I mean, I guess it could be a dream job. I mean, like
I said, the only thing with me is the health concern. You've got kids. It's just. Like I get it, man. You want to try to get some sort of fame and stardom doing something, and this is working. But at the same time, like what's the end result going to be? And
No, I agree, and I want to clarify my statement. Look, I like big girls. I don't like the idea of feeding the person I love until they get so big that they're going to have health issues and then potentially lose limbs and die. Like there's a difference there.
Yeah, it's very very unhealthy, but. Only foods. She stole Grimm's idea. Unreal. Yeah. Yikes. That's a weird
TLC had an entire show where every season, every episode, it was a different person, where it was either a guy had a larger girlfriend or a wife, and he would feed her because he wanted them to be big, or flip-flop it. And I was like, it's just such an unhealthy relationship.
Yeah,
it's so unhealthy. As I say,
in more than
smoking my cigarettes.
Like the physical health, the mental health, it's just not a good thing. But you know what else isn't always a good thing? Florida news. And Joe, thank you very much for sending this article. I know you're not here because I haven't seen you comment, but thank you, Joe. Thank you. So, any guesses? We're just gonna leave the door wide open on this one. Florida news.
What is it?
Somebody was.
You gotta give us like at least the tiniest hint.
Okay, Florida bride was arrested with the wedding caterer. What did they do? Who did they do?
Oh, okay. I saw this article. I'm not going to say anything.
Okay.
This is wild.
I don't fucking. They were having food pornography sex with the food that was to be catered.
Oh,
One of those words is right.
yes, one of those. So a Florida bride and her wedding caterer have been arrested and accused of lacing wedding food, including lasagna, with marijuana and causing several guests to become sick, according to their arrest warrants. So the bride was Dania Shea Svoboda, 42. Pretty sure I said that wrong. And caterer Jocelyn. Why do they have to have terrible names?
He's like, why are their names so?
Jocelyn
Are they all from Switzerland?
Montrenice Bryant, Kobe's cousin, 31, have been charged with negligence, delivery of marijuana, and violating Florida's Anti-Tampering Act. And CNN has not been able to search the two of them out to see if they have lawyers, and apparently no information. CNN.com. Come on now, but make sure you guys go to CNN.com/beardlaws for all the up-to-date news on all the beard laws information and what's going on with this crew here. So hopefully you don't really find us on there, because that would be pretty shitty. But apparently deputies did ask the husband whether they had requested or consented to the food containing cannabis, and he stared at the deputy with a blank expression for a few moments before stuttering through a no. He was probably high.
Yeah.
Deputies collected food and glassware from the wedding venue that had been used by guests, including a beer glass, lasagna, and desserts, and the lasagna tested positive for THC. Test showed that 3 guests were positive for marijuana. Some guests reportedly felt like they were stoned, ill, and high. Then another one said, I felt weird, tingly, fidgety. I felt like I was at a kindergarten tequila party.
So
Go ahead.
I'll keep it short. I just want to say this. Look, you can enjoy something and not try to make everybody else enjoy that same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I hate the idea on the side of like, yeah, man, it cures everything. It does everything. Well, it doesn't. It may be good for you and as an individual to do A, B, C, and D when it comes to all these different health related issues or medical conditions that you may have, but it's not good as a blanket for everybody. It may affect people in certain ways when it comes to, for example, let me give you an example. Partook in some of this with a friend of mine one time when we were younger. He was a first-time user, and he ran to the closet and stayed in there because he was hearing voices, and he was so anxiety-filled that he could not leave the closet and wouldn't until he stopped being until he came down. So my point is, this is like, you can't do this, first of all, to everybody. It's felonious. You're going to get in trouble. You're tampering with food. This is bad. But also children, come on. So I don't know. That's kind of my point.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It's a shitty thing. But I mean, like you said, you don't know how somebody's going to react. Maybe somebody has chosen the sober life, or maybe somebody, was on a lot of drugs, became sober. Next thing you know, they're high again. And then it triggers them to go on a whole path. And then they're going into Florida news because they ate bath salts and they're eating a police's face off. And that's on you for putting shit in the food. I just think that's shitty. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to have that at your wedding, if it's even legal in Florida, I'm not sure if it's even legal there. You know what I mean? Have a separate table. Like, hey, here's the weed table. Not, hey, we put weed in all of your food.
And just think of the dosage too. Like, folks have look. I've heard stories about people eating edibles with cookies and eating an entire cookie or two, and they're not normally taking this stuff. I'm trying to walk around verbiage because I'm not sure what we can and can't say. But
I'm in a legal state. You can say whatever you want. I don't know about the rest.
So they're worried about I don't know how much THC they consume in a day, whether it's smoked or otherwise. But if you have none and you're a first time user of the good stuff, then you're gonna go wild. That said, I went on a plane ride 6 years ago and I was a heavy user at the time, no longer am. I ate a whole box of cookies. Shit didn't even affect me. I couldn't even I was fine. Like, I was mad because I had sciatica. I was hoping it was gonna rest me and put me to sleep. Didn't. So
are you sure that wasn't just a standard full sleeve of fucking Thin Mints?
Well, yeah, I may have mixed it up with my normal. Yes, but
I'll wreck some Thin Mints and people will think I'm high.
Yeah, they'll never suspect. Speaking of airplanes, if you guys don't have anything more to say about that, did anybody see Mike Tyson? What happened with him on an airplane recently?
No.
I saw it on Twitter. So there was, I'm going to try to pull it up while we're talking, but more or less, there was some troll. He was a troll. He was probably, he had it look like a buddy recording, and he was just fucking with Tyson and fucking with him, like harassing Mike Tyson on an airplane.
Like,
Which,
how stupid of a person do you need to be?
I really, and Mike Tyson, and I want to find it quoted, was saying something about how social media has made everybody dumb, thinking that you can't get punched. And like, he had to set the thing straight. So, and I mean, he wasn't Mike Tyson punching this guy, but he was hitting the dude.
So I just ran, while you're looking for that, I'll go ahead and I'll
Yeah.
give an example. You know, I say all the time, social media is going to be the downfall of humanity. People are too comfortable nowadays. They're too comfortable saying whatever it is that they want. It's making people less educated. I mean, just look at all the people that yell, you know, you're silencing my First Amendment rights when they're on just like TikTok or YouTube or wherever they're at. First Amendment rights only saves you from persecution of your government for things that you say, not getting punched in the face, not being kicked off of a private company's website, none of that. The other thing is I had somebody in my live not too long ago, and this girl came in and she just was just going at it. And I just kept saying, I have no idea what's going on. I'm trying to be calm and talking to this person, and the things they were saying, absolutely repulsive. And I finally just said, you know why you're willing to say stuff like this to me the way that you are right now? And she goes, I'm not a keyboard warrior. I went, no, I mean, you are. But besides that point, it's because it's obvious you've never been punched in the fucking mouth for running your suck in person the way that you are online right now.
Yeah.
And she said, are you threatening me? I said, no, but if you ever come up and talk to me that way in person, you're going to find out.
Yeah. Yeah. So the Tyson, he happened in an incident around 10:30 p.m. Pacific time as he was slated to fly out of San Francisco International Airport to Florida. A witness on the plane says he and his friend were boarding Tyson's flight. The boxing legend was initially cool with them and the other passengers. Then witnesses say that Mike was nice enough, took a selfie with them, and then was very patient because there was a buddy behind him who just kept talking to Tyson, sat right behind him, just kept talking, running his mouth, talking in his ear. And then Tyson was like, hey, chill. And then it just kept going and going and going. And then Tyson, well, this is, we're going to show you the article from TMZ because, yeah, trying to ask for an autograph. Like, even this guy, he's just a goddamn idiot. But yeah, obviously this one doesn't show it. But I mean, Tyson was just over top of this dude, just pop, pop, pop. But you could just see there, he just wouldn't let it go, and then they just wanted to troll. And
have you guys ever seen somebody famous in public? Right? I mean, probably.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you feel like when you see them?
I'm like, holy shit, is that so and so? You're like, yeah. I'm like, cool.
It's a normal feeling. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are some people out there, just like on the internet with trolls, man. There's some people out there who want to be famous and remembered, and the only way to do it is by doing something stupid like that. I mean, it's okay to go up and, I guess, the conversation of, is it okay to ask somebody for an autograph? If he says no, you leave the fucking guy alone.
Yeah. I mean, I've gotten in a couple of conversations with some famous people that I've met in public, and my favorite thing about meeting any type of celebrity is seeing how normal they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you hope to have that kind of engagement where it's just a regular conversation. The day that I got contacted by fuck, why can't I remember his name?
Come on, cameraman.
Grandma's boy. The day that I had a conversation with him it was amazing. We sat down for about 2 hours and just talked.
Yeah, I mean, as you could tell from the punches, he was not going very hard. And he should be very thankful for that. But yeah, just an idiot, just being dumb. And it didn't even look like the plane took off yet. And I mean, I know there's so many celebrities that kind of throw out rules, and on some different podcasts and stuff I see, you know, it's like they'll saying, like, if they're eating, just kind of fuck off. Like, we're eating, we're going to have a conversation. If we're a family, like, they usually will make time and be like, all right, you want a picture, you want this, like, and most of them will be pretty cool. If they're not cool, it's because of douchebags like that guy that has ruined it for everybody else. And at the end of the day, picture yourself. Like if you had to deal with that shit every time you went in public, every time you ate, like it would have to be pretty shitty.
dude, yeah.
Might be cool at first or whatever, but then you're just going to end up wanting to punch some idiot like that wants to go viral on social media because he got punched by Tyson. Like, good for you, buddy. I'm sure your mom's proud.
I mean, it just reminds me of it, and I love them because we're built by these folks as content creators. But the people who are like, "Hey, man, can you give me a video shout out? I want to get to 1,000 followers." Okay, I'll do that, and then maybe 100, 150, 500 people follow you, and then in 2 weeks, when they realize you don't create content or it's not worthy of following you, they're going to unfollow you.
Or
So you still have to do something.
Yeah, they follow me because of the type of content or the quality of content that I make. And I'm not saying my content's better than anybody's else, but I'm saying that people follow me based on what it is that I create and the method or the quality in which I create it.
Yep.
If you have lesser quality or not the same type of genre of the type of stuff that I make, like I do comedy. If all you ever do is music lip syncing or dancing, the people that follow me, they don't really follow that type of content. That's not what they're following me for. So me to give you a shout out is great. Sure, you might get some people to go over there and follow you, but don't complain when they're like, "Oh, this isn't the type of content I like," and they leave.
The point I was making with that was, and you spot on, was like it was like that guy who was trying to pitch his mixtape to 50 Cent. I don't know if you guys saw that video a few months back or whatever.
I feel like I've seen it. Yeah.
He was literally like, "Hey man, give me a shout out on Instagram. Give me a shout out on Instagram."
Yep.
And it's like, I'm out here in public. First of all, no, like, so my point is being like, these people think that they can meet a celebrity, and in that 30 seconds, this is my only time in life to make a difference in the world, to be famous. Like,
yeah. So Mike Tyson's. Sorry, go ahead, Brandon.
You have to do something for people to care about what you're doing, and like, you can't piggyback on some guy to get. Anyway, it's wild.
It is. It's a weird time to be alive. So Mike Tyson says social media made y'all way too comfortable with disrespecting people and not getting punched in the face for it.
Yep.
Absolutely. I said it a little more clean than he would, but don't come after me, Tyson. It's not my fault that you have that voice and that lisp.
Speaking of getting punched in the face,
whoa, we're all friends here, Brandon. I didn't mean to disrespect you.
It's all right.
Okay.
No. 3 people brought up, both Grim, I think, Nita, and somebody else brought it up. Jeremy brought it up. Are you guys familiar with the Johnny Depp stuff going on right now?
I'm familiar. I'm familiar with the everything that led up to the trial. I have not been following the trial. What I will say about it is I'm just happy that domestic violence against men is finally thrown forward in the spotlight to show everybody that this happens. It doesn't, and if it, unfortunately, it had to happen to Johnny Depp and the horrible things, that happened to his career because he's just the guy and nobody wanted to believe him. And there's allegations without checking anything up. And he's been saying the same exact story for 2 years, but he finally gets the chance to go in and tell his side of the story. And people get to see that this is real. This is no joke.
The biggest thing for me, and I hadn't been paying much attention to it, but the last couple of days I have, is just that the audio was released. Was it yesterday, day before? And
that audio's been out for 2 years.
Okay. The look on his face when it was played in court was it was a chef's kiss, because it was like, finally retribution. Finally, it's heard by the public in a public setting, defending himself in front of a group of his peers. And so it's wild to me. Also, some of the shit, no pun intended, that she did to him, not just abuse and gaslighting and domestic violence wise, but some of the kooky, crazy shit that she left and did to him. It was just wild all the way around.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of that or any of the court stuff, but I did see somebody in court this week though.
Who's that?
I saw some great footage. It was this Steven voice actor guy, and then he went in court against Brandon J. McDermott. I don't know if anybody else has seen it, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Brandon is in court with Judge Jerry Springer.
Thank you.
And no, it's awesome. And I know, like, this wasn't planned or whatever, but where was the one on Instagram? You've been posting like mini clips. I got to show at least one off because
Let me I'll very, very short video.
yeah, if you want, send a link for it. And like I said, if you guys haven't, I think it's a cool opportunity. Obviously, it was a cool opportunity for Brandon. He, I mean, that's just something that, you know, as your daughter gets older, you know, it's something that, you know, she's going to be super excited. And you didn't have to go to social media and do something that you didn't want to do, and you still have had some great success having fun, and you got to be on there with
I still gotta ask. Like, okay, so I had a friend from high school who ended up on, I want to say it was Jerry Springer. It was Maury. And she came and told us all that everything that she had to do, she was given a script. They were told exactly how it was going to go. And, you know, I saw the show. I was like, A, that's not her name. And B, who the fuck is this guy? Like, he didn't even go to our school. So was it the same type of environment? I don't, if you've got like a non-disclosure where you can't say anything, Brandon, I get it. But was it the same type of situation with you?
It was, I'll say this. So the pandemic caused them issues with finding court cases, real court cases that they did, that people were actually suing each other, and that they would call and contact and pull out from small claims. You know how it goes. So they reached out to content creators on both TikTok and Instagram and social media, and found the beef that he and I had created and thought it was funny, and reached out to us and thought maybe we would be able to be willing to go forth. And I was the defendant. I got sued. I countersued. And if you haven't seen what happened, you got to go watch it. It's all posted over YouTube, Facebook. Go to Judge Jerry, YouTube and Facebook and stuff. It was real in that we each could have lost or won $5,000, which would have been paid by the show. It wouldn't have come out of my pocket. But and they flew me out there, and I stayed in a hotel in New York City, and I rode in the same Suburban that Jerry Springer does to and from the hotel to the places we had to go. Gift card there to eat food per diem, and then appearance fee. And it was wild, man. Never been to New York City. I'm from small town Nebraska. I'm from Nebraska. Now I live in small town Iowa. It was wild. It was wild. This guy that was driving us was a Puerto Rican dude. Great guy. He was like, hey, that's where Cardi B's from. Those are the projects that J-Lo lived in, you know. So it was like, it was wild. It was really awesome. Wild. But no, great food and stuff like that. So it was a fun experience. I can tell you more off the offline.
Hell yeah. You guys ready for this?
Plaintiff Stefan Johnson claims a bitter battle between fellow food critics is leaving a bad taste in his mouth.
I am a voice actor, musician, and social media personality out of Cleveland, Ohio.
Well, that's total cap, as the kids would say, Your Honor.
That's cap.
Almost like a Biggie and Tupac beef between me and him.
Which one is Biggie?
That'd be me, Your Honor.
Tell me Stefan has no sense of taste without telling me that Stefan has no sense of taste.
And he says one of them has to go. And he chose waffles over muffins, Your Honor. Waffles over muffins to go.
Horrible.
Exactly. That's my case. I'm the Fat Daddy Waffle Man. I'm not here for French toast or pancakes. Oh, no. I'm here to make waffles, and I want you to watch me eat them.
I'm a reasonable guy.
That's cap.
No respectable food critic would ever know what booty tastes like. I offer him up some mouthwash to maybe wash off that groceries he's been tasting on and gobbling down.
Well, that was of course edited even further. We took some liberties with that, but that was a fun video we did. But
That's great.
Shout out to Jace, the producer. He actually edited that down for me.
Yeah. Shout out Jace, the producer. Good dude. Yeah, no, that's it's just a cool opportunity, and I think it's one thing, I guess, of the positives that can come from from social media and everything. And Brandon, you worked hard at it, so I'm glad you had that opportunity. Does kind of stink that the show did get canceled after you were on.
It did. I subsequently have been contacted by producers of Jerry Springer, Judge Jerry Springer, who now work at other judge shows that we'll be on too. So I don't know if it's gonna happen, but we'll talk later.
Either way, no, it's awesome. So yeah, no, a pretty cool opportunity. And yeah, so if anybody, I know this is a bad segue, but if anybody has any questions, if you guys don't have any more on that, we're just gonna get into this the picker wheel stuff. Make sure you guys can submit anything you want on the picker wheel. This is what it. Oh nope, this is what it looks like. You can add any question. It doesn't matter. It could be worst place pooping in a public experience, worst comic character of all time, worst Batman movie. Doesn't matter. You could ask any question to put it on there. Last week, favorite random fact you know that cannot be easily brought up in a casual conversation.
I got one. I'll start.
Okay.
So, and this is pretty obvious when you think about it, but the technology back in the day was so, what we have at our fingertips is unbelievable. And
Unreal.
The fact is today your cell phone has more computer power than all of NASA did back in 1969 when they placed 2 astronauts on the moon. And
69, funny number.
It is nice. It was the temperature here today.
Woo.
But when you think about actually how much technology they had, look what they had. If you going back to see like how they did it and stuff, it did the job, and it wasn't like just barely, like it did the job properly.
Yeah.
What they had, and like you couldn't just like with an app get to the moon. But what I'm getting at is like the power that your cell phone has is out of this world in comparison, times 10, times 100 more than technology that NASA had.
Yeah, that's a wild one. I didn't know that. And look, we have learned something today. This is a very educational show, but yeah, no, that's a good one. I remember seeing a fact that I'm not 100% sure that it is a fact. I think we've even said it on the show. Maybe we've even had this question once, but I was always been told that it takes 10 pounds of human pressure to rip off the human nutsack. And that's not an easy fact to just randomly slide into a normal conversation.
But if you just pull 2 pounds, it doesn't hurt as bad, and it kind of gives you a nice little. Okay.
It still kind of hurts a little bit.
Testicular torsion. Don't look that one up.
Ooh, you're muted, Toby.
Probably a good thing.
Or maybe you want to be.
I'm not making good sounds. I'm just hearing these. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I don't know. I will never forget. I forget what grade. Oh, it's funny that I said I'll never forget, and then I forgot what grade I was in. But there was an older, say senior, maybe I was 9th or 10th grade, and there was a big fight that was about to break out outside of high school. And my one buddy's like, "All right, listen up, you fuckers. We're probably gonna get our ass kicked. We're out, man. They're pretty tough. You guys are a bunch of pussies, but just remember, it takes 10 pounds of human pressure to rip off the human nutsack. So if we're losing, just rip off their nutsacks." And then we went out and got our ass kicked. Yeah, it was a weird time in my life.
Grab, twist, pull.
Yeah.
Snip.
I feel like that should be a song. You okay, Toby?
Yeah.
I don't think you are.
I mean, as a man that's had 3 vasectomies.
Oh, Jesus. Snip, snap, snip, snap.
Yeah, I don't like thinking about testicular torsion.
Hey, let's move on. Do you have a random fact that you cannot slide into a conversation?
Yeah. So both of these have to do with mammals. Fuck. There's only 2 mammals on the face of the planet, one being humans, that have sex for pleasure. And the other one, I'm sorry, not mammals. There's only 2 animals on the face of the planet that have sex for pleasure. And one is humans and the other is dolphins.
And dolphins also do the R word, the 4-letter R word?
Oh, a lot.
Yeah.
And so do ducks.
I was going to say.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
Ducks are listed as the most violent lovers in the animal kingdom.
And
they have corkscrew penises.
I was going to say them and their corkscrew dicks are just.
Yep. So the other one is there's only 2 mammals on the face of the planet that enjoy spicy foods. One is the human, and the other is the tree shrew.
The tree shrew, huh?
Yeah.
How do you think they found this out? Did they test
like
as many animals with hot stuff and be like, I think this one likes it? I'm pretty sure.
Maybe just by observing diet and seeing what they avoid and what they are more attracted to eating.
Grim says dolphins are the only animal hornier than Toby.
I got a question for you, Tobe.
Oh, yeah.
So may I call you Tobe?
Sure.
Okay. Never again. So I was heard that you could give chickens red pepper flakes. And
as a matter of fact, you can give them red pepper flakes. It will not only increase their production of eggs, but it'll also make their eggs larger and their yolks more rich.
So they're not, and you could probably obviously tell me more about this, but they're not impacted by the spicy capsaicin
at all. At all. But you do still want to be careful with it because too much obviously is harmful to them. So what we do is we take some red pepper flakes and we mix it in with like their chicken scratch or their food, and you throw it out there every day, and just so that they just have smaller amounts of it.
Grim, don't worry about that. The penguins are fine. Vultures will come and eat that afterwards. So
yeah.
I also saw an article at one point where farmers give cows Skittles.
This is true.
I knew that it was true, but I didn't get that far or give a shit.
Yeah, they give them all sorts of different crazy things. I mean, Skittles, marshmallows, whatever they call them. Yeah, anything with high fructose. They call it as feeder filler, I believe is what it is, and it's actually really good for their systems.
Like it fills them up a little bit more than the day-to-day stuff.
A little bit of that, but at the same time, it helps their digestive system fucking like tract a little bit better, I guess.
I've seen some dairy farmers, put some plastic stuff on their arms and really fill them up pretty well too.
True. Yes. There's a lot of jokes in there. I'm gonna let all of them.
Say pepper spray chickens for more aggressive eggs.
Pepper spray.
You didn't lay today. Getting 4 tomorrow.
Oh, chewing tobacco to clean their stomach.
Yep.
Oh.
There's all sorts of crazy stuff that farmers actually give, and it's actually, we think it's crazy, but to them it's like completely normal. Like they've all heard of them doing this type of stuff for ages.
I mean, I've grown up with a whole bunch of farmers like where I live, and I don't ever remember them giving them that stuff. So maybe they do now.
Yeah, and another reason why as well is you can go to these factories and whatnot, and they usually have like the stuff that they're gonna throw out because it's like it doesn't meet quality standards or whatever. So they just have like tons and tons of this, and they can buy it in bulk for like super cheap, like usually way cheaper than just the feed that they get on its own.
No shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's boring just eating hay and the same shit all day like they do. But yeah, I don't know. Let's spin the picker wheel. If it's a pumpkins, apparently pumpkins, you can give them pumpkins. I could see that. I got a buddy that gives us chicken pumpkins. They love them. They love getting through them.
Chase, you're fine. Chase, I am a little.
Yeah, you done fucked up, boy. He's gonna Tyson you soon. All right, let's spin the picker wheel. If it's a short one, we'll answer it. If it's one that's going to get Toby all fired up, we'll save it for next week so he can take it all out on the Logan.
Why is it always got to be me being the one that gets You know what? I just realized I was getting fired up just from that. So we're just gonna... Understandable. Got it.
I feel like we could answer this one.
Yeah.
Ability to teleport or fly.
I don't know why I'm just thinking of Minecraft right now, but I don't like the feeling I get when I'm on a plane and or when I'm dreaming and I'm falling, like that stomach feel, like elevator. I don't like that feeling, so I don't know if I'd want to fly. Teleporting would be nice.
The most recurring dream I have is being able to fly. It's the most and no joke, legit, running and flapping, and then eventually just being able to get my arms to get me to fly, and then gliding and doing it it's the most recurring dream I have. I would most definitely choose flying over teleporting. And one of the biggest reasons is when you teleport, you don't know if there's going to be somebody standing in the spot that you're teleporting to. I know if I'm going to land from flying, if there's somebody there. The last thing I want to do is teleport and be in somebody else.
What if you can fly but not land?
Ooh, that would suck. You'd only do it once.
It didn't say, would you like to be able to take off and land?
I don't know. We're mincing meat and splitting hairs, I think.
You know how jacked you would be if you could just fly?
That's what I'm saying. Just be able to condor it, just woo.
Imagine I think I would want to fly, assuming that you're good at flying, you land, you could take off. But just pissing and shitting on random things and people like birds do. How fun would that be? You're just randomly I'm going to fly over this and just fly over,
So here's my question.
Oh, is that troll's house that was in my comments? Here you go.
So you teleport. How long are you in the middle? How long are you in the
Like, are we talking like a delayed Star Trek kind of
because what if
teleportation? Or are we talking like instantaneous, like bloop, bloop?
right? Because what if you shit in the portal? What happens? Where does it go?
Well, I would imagine it follows you.
I would think.
That'd be bad.
It'd be like Galaxy Quest, where you're just like in a bubble and you shit, and it's in that bubble, so that when it melts around you, you're like, oh.
Such a great movie. Such a great fucking movie.
Underrated as fuck.
Everybody knows.
Sigourney Weaver's chest in that movie. Can we
Yes.
just appreciate?
Yes.
Holy shit, she looked great in that movie.
And I'm not a big Sigourney Weaver fan, but man, she did.
Yeah.
She was great.
She did. It's my only job, and I'm gonna do it.
What's my name?
All you're doing is repeating.
Name?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, what's my name? I'm gonna die.
So good. He's such a good actor too. Oh,
Classic.
shit.
Yeah, if you guys have not
He was
watched,
my choice when we had the name of
Yeah.
the underrated actor.
You did, yep.
Sam Rockwell.
hell yeah. All right, so that was good. That was good. We got through that. We'll see if we can get another quick one. If not, we will tell everybody goodbye. And again, if you guys want any questions on here, just put them in the comments. I have the ability to type them in fairly quick. All right, so Sweeney's gonna D&D apparently this. So
Instantaneous, because a rift in the magical weave which holds the multiverse together is torn to allow for directly instantaneous travel, and that's essentially teleportation. Really is like it's a rift in the space-time continuum. Really, it's a tear in the fabric that you're essentially that's how you're teleporting. You're essentially speeding through time to end up in a different location instantaneously.
you can tell that he is jonesing to play D&D because he is on vacation.
bit.
Thursdays is his D&D night, and I think he's missed 2 or 3 in a row, and it's just on his brain. So
Just want to
hopefully-
say this to you, Zach. Nerd.
Great. No, you just
so we'll answer this one on the fly. This is for the picker wheel. Why is Toby disappointed in Jace today?
why aren't I?
You know, Jace is only half a name.
Jace.
Jason.
Jason.
Maybe it's just Jace. We're not judging.
It's not. It could just be Jay. So maybe it's like 3/4 of a name. It's not
Maybe
Jay.
it's JC.
Ooh.
Oh, like
It's been
abs
2
today.
weeks. Been 2 weeks. He's having a hard time. We're gonna get there. Hey, there you go. He makes mini D&D dice towers with the weird, like, creepy face.
Yeah, he just got me he just made me one to look like one of the parapets from Castle Grayskull with the skull drawbridge mouth.
Yeah. If you're looking for something 3D printed, Grim is the man. Hit him up on the Instagrams, and he's got your back and your front. And he's got your 6. See what I did there? All right, let's spin next week's picker wheel conversation. I hope it's a good one. Favorite brand of pickles. Favorite brand of pickles is something that we will be discussing next week. Same time, same place, except for it's not going to be episode 133. It's going to be episode 134. For anybody that's good at math, that's over 2 years.
So right when you spun it, I was like, I hope it's the pickles.
Really?
I was muted because my dog came really close and started barking. So I was like, but I was like, I hope it's the pickles because it's the one that I was staring at the last time that you brought the picker wheel up. And I'm like, I am almost willing to guarantee Brandon and I will disagree.
Ooh. And Logan is very passionate about his pickles, which sounds like a dirty joke, but he is very passionate about a pickle brand. And yeah, I'm excited for it. And if you guys are too, come back. Same time, same place. Maybe we'll have some more breaking news. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll give away some shit. We probably won't. Ooh.
That's the one that Grim made for me. My little
That's
Castle
awesome.
Grayskull.
Nice. That is awesome.
That is awesome. Well done, Grim. Look at you doing resin now, just doing big things. Again, hit them up. And all the friends of the show, all the stickers and all the cool stuff in the backgrounds, feel free to check them out if you would like. And yeah, we got some cool stuff happening. Maybe we're just saying that so you can continue to watch it. But either way, we can't thank you guys enough. Make sure, obviously, you show them some love on the social medias. Brandon's got a lot of cool and exciting stuff coming up. Toby as well. He's doing a whole bunch of stuff with the drawings and everything. So follow them, hit them up on all the social medias. You know, it's 2022. You know where to find where they're at. And dudes, I can't thank you enough. And I can't thank every single one of you for whatever reason on this lovely little Thirsty Thursday, Friday Junior. You came to hang out with us. We greatly appreciate it. We'll be back same time, same place next week. That's all I got. Okay, bye.
Bye.